the most important is to continue buying records and yes, support our culture. That's the most beautiful thing. Our community should be strong, you know, and we should be really like, yeah, we are living this dream, like making music is such a beautiful thing, and sharing the music, it's such a beautiful thing also. So we should keep it as positive.
You prefer to play in smaller or larger clubs or festivals?
It's completely different, but we need to remember that everything starts with the club scene. So this is the starter in our industry.
Yeah.
And even today, if there's many festivals, the club will stay the club. The feeling is completely different. Having like being more close to the people also, you can have sometimes like eye contact, and you know, like it's something really beautiful, and festival is something different, but I would say club. I prefer the club.
You are a DJ, but you are also a producer. You could say that you are more DJ or more producer.
I will say if I count the time I'm spending during the week, the months, or the year, I would say I'm a more producer. Because when you're traveling, you count only the time you are on stage. So it can be, depends where you're playing. Festival can be between 1 or 2 hours, or sometime in the club between 2 and 4 hours. In Berlin, obviously, when you do a closing, it can be more long. But in the studio, it's every day, it's daily. So I would say more producer, yes. Playing your releases, it's different than when you perform as a live act. Because when you perform as a live act, it's everything is on the go, you know. Like I have, for example, one of the drum machine. I have no patterns on it. I just do the patterns in front of the people, because you can feel they send you some energy, and you can go on a journey with them. A little bit like DJ, but it's a completely different approach. And I really love playing live. Actually, it's really great. It's a lot of work, but it's super nice.
When you play live, how it is? What kind of gear do you use?
I changed many times. So I went from hardware only live set to now having some gear, obviously, but not using an MPC, but using like a computer for helping. I think it's a little bit, you have a little bit more mobility, you know, touching, and especially when you play with a 303 and when you have also the drum to play, you know, you can be everywhere. And I like when there's some movement, you know, so when it's getting too long, if you don't change a pattern, I get bored, and I have the feeling that people can also be bored. This is the same way how I produce music. It's really energetic. I think it's about the person that I am also. It's the reflect, I don't know.
You often use 303 in your production.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is mostly used instrument when you produce? Or
for me, I use it. I use it, and in any type of music I'm producing. It can be
how
techno.
How many 303s do you have?
2. But the thing is, and they are not 303s, they are Zoxbox. And because I really love the brand, I tried obviously many gear, and that's the one I love. And to talk about the TB303, for me, I think it's more easy to play with a Zoxbox, especially when you play live, because the knobs are more big, And like on the TB303, on the TR606, they are really, really small, and it's really difficult. And me, I like really to turn all the knobs, and so it's that's the reason I really like. After, with the sound, you can put some external effect, like distortion, reverb, whatever, and you can have this crunchy sound. So after, I think you can do whatever you want, like if you have the creativity and whatever, if it's like is a 303 or a Zoxbox or even like something else,
So soon is the 50 release of your label, and it's gonna to be your release, right?
It's gonna be mine. So the EP gonna be out during the summer. And I'm pretty excited because it has been a long journey, it's the catalog 50.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud that during all the years, really promoting records, and we are living in this age where people are buying, some not. But when you do the thing for yourself and you just share it with your community, it's magical. And even today, if I play sometime with vinyl, sometime I play with CDJ, for me the most important is to support the vinyl, the record. You can go on stage and playing with CDJ because for you it's more easy for travel, it's less kilos, you know what I mean? But the most important is to continue buying records and support our culture. That's the most beautiful things.
Do you think the vinyl will survive?
I have no idea. I really hope. Like we have the same thought 10 years ago, and everybody will say, like in the early 2010, everyone will say, this is when I start my label, digital was bang, everybody was crazy about it, and that's when I started day music. And everybody was saying, Hugo is a suicide, and it was a suicide at the beginning. But I believe on the music I release, I believe on the artists who sign on the label.
Passion, then the risk doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do it also for myself. I do it for the others, but it's the same when I produce music. I don't think about where this music gonna end. First is need to finish well, produce in my head, and and after. You never know, so you do the thing for yourself and you hope that people will like it or not. Sometimes it's good to have both opinions.
So what's the next plans for the releases?
So we're gonna have, after my release coming out during the summer, I'm gonna have the 51 will be out, I think, end of November, December. With a new artist I signed on the label and with an amazing remix. And after that is going to be the 15 years anniversary of Day Music. So there is a lot of projects and I'm very excited. Like it's going to be like a lot of label nights and some special feature with some amazing artists. And I'm very excited for 2025. People in Poland are really friendly. All the parties in Poland are very nice, very, very nice.
It's not the first time you played in Poland, and also it's not gonna be the last.
No, I hope.
As you said, the culture is worldwide.
Yeah.
People are connected.
Yeah.
Everything is connected.
Exactly.
It's a chain.
Exactly.
Yes.
And what is really important is to share our knowledge. There are already so many bad things happening in the world, and our community should be strong, and we should be really we are living this dream, like making music is such a beautiful thing, and sharing the music, it's such a beautiful thing also. So we should keep it as positive.
Do you think Berlin is the best place for a producer to be?
I think there is a lot of people in Berlin, but this day you have people everywhere. You have people all around the world. I think Berlin is a good place because you have a lot of clubs. And you have, if you maybe start your career and if you want to play in for different promoters, for example, I think it's a good thing. And also to travel, you can take the train, you can go playing very easily everywhere in Germany, Poland, Belgium, Netherlands. You can go like everywhere. So it's quite easy to travel, and I don't think necessarily you need it in Berlin to make a career, because the music speaks. If you're good, you're good. And today we have the social media, and if you use it for the right things, it can really help. So,
tell me about your career in Berlin clubs. You started to play in Berlin clubs immediately after you moved to Berlin, or before?
I was already resident in the very famous club in the south of France. So I was playing there one time by month, and I was opening for all the current artists back in the time, and who are still the same this day. So I moved to Berlin, and I have the chance to start directly an international career, start playing like in Spain, in Italy, and quite fast, I think a year after, I start playing already in the US. So it was really, but there were less DJ at this time, and also we were all playing with vinyl, so I think it was a little bit less accessible to everyone. And also it was not a real job. You are not saying I'm a DJ or I'm a producer, you know, like family were looking, oh really, you want to do this, you know? So it's different to this day when everything, it's glitter, you know? Yes, so I play Panorama Bar, play Watergate, I play like in all this club. And after, in 2011, I start playing at Trésor, and I felt really home. Trésor first, for me, it's my record collection, because I was too young in the 90s. So I start listening to all these artists, releasing on the label, and I never had the chance to see the old Trésor. So I just saw pictures and videos. And yeah, when I start playing in 2011, I have so much respect, because Trésor is an institution, is a techno institution. And I was like, wow, you know, like it's a place. And the fact that I'm playing really often in the US, and this connection between Detroit and Berlin is very, very strong. So it's a bit different, you know, so I was like, wow, that's super cool. And at the beginning, I start playing regularly, and after, like, I finish resident. So I'm playing like live, my live set upstairs, downstairs, playing also as a DJ in the basement or in the Globus. So be able to switch room, be able to open, be able to close, and be able to play in the middle as a live act or as a DJ.
Do you play more electro or more techno?
I play acid. That's my answer. I don't like, because everything I play or I produce, there's an acid bass line on it. So after, it's just question of BPM, and depends. If you play more with the 707, it's gonna sound a bit more housey. If you play more with the 909, it's gonna sound more techno. If you play more with the 606 or the 808, it's gonna sound electro. But at the end, it's acid.
Do you get inspired from other genres like jazz, for example?
I get inspired for
hip-hop?
For everything, to be honest. Like, for sure, when I was young, my record collection was my influence, because this is how I learned to play, and this is where I listened for the first time, like so many tracks, you know, and electronic music. But you can be inspired by many things. You can be inspired by the nature, you can be inspired by people, you can be inspired via your own life, you know. Sometimes it's great also especially when you're writing tracks, and you can put your feelings inside, so it can go sometimes a little bit more deep, And sometimes if you're really happy, gonna be more like, you can feel it in the music, you can put your feeling, but I'm always learning by the life in general, every day, to be honest. And the more I grow, I think the more I learn, so it's magical, it's beautiful.
So what message would you send to young producers who want to develop their career?
I would say first you need to be very patient, because everything you do in life, especially this day, especially with the digital and social media and all, everything you do stay online. So take your time before doing things. Be able to say no when you don't want to do something, because sometimes it's better to have a bit of time, and again be impatient, and never stop working. Never stop, never think about I do this, I know how to do this, and just all the time be very curious. When you have a piece of gear, just work a lot, and also something very important, it's to support the other. Like when you have time, go and see your friend when they are playing, support them on social media. It's really important. There's no competition. We are all different. We are all our strength to share. And the more we'll be all together, the more this movement will stay longer.
This is important what you said, that there is no competition, that everyone is different.
Yes.
I think young people sometimes forget about it, and music these times become something like a race, because
I don't really know, maybe it's because I don't have this mentality. For me, it's like you can compare your career with someone else, because we are all very different. Some people are producers, some people are DJs, some people play live only. We are all different strengths that we can work, on ourselves, and doing the best of it.
We have different tastes.
And we have different tastes, so you can be influenced by someone, but try to be and compare. I think it's not possible, because we are all unique, and that's the beauty of it. So I think sometimes maybe the young generation gets a bit lost because of social media, because they can follow someone and see, this person has many gigs, but it's different for everyone. You have a lot of people who like to stay in the studio and to produce and to be really select with the clubs or festival. You have some people who doesn't play at all and doesn't produce and want to enjoy all this time, and that's why we are all different. And I think sometimes that's why maybe the young generation, it's a bit lost and have a bit more difficulty to accept this. But I'm pretty sure with the time it's going to be all right. You just need to grow.
I think this is a key message.
Yeah.
Be yourself when you do something you love.
You have to be yourself, and don't forget also, you're going to have a lot of doors. You need to find the key, to open the door. And having a no doesn't mean you do a bad thing. It means that at this moment, it's not the right moment. So that's why the patience is really important. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, see
Bye.
you soon. Ciao.